Hi everyone, so this is my mood board. It's titled Textures of the Ocean. Um, my collection is really about the textures that we do have around us, from the Grand Canyon to the ocean to even the beautiful patterns that the birds and the butterflies have. But I really wanted to focus this part of my collection. I kind of consider it a part one of four collection. I wanted to take this part of this collection to focus on the ocean instead because I was really gravitated towards the colors. So the way I like to do my mood boards, I like to create it as if I were doing a painting. I don't like seeing like harsh lines that are like square to like collage like. I like to create like kind of sort of like a piece of artwork in itself. And the point of my mood board is to provoke a mood and to show how you're supposed to feel while looking at this. Like when I look at my mood board, I kind of see sophistication and high fashion and very expensive kind of wear, as opposed to just trendy. I like when I say trendy, I mean more like fast fashion. So I use a lot of things that are incorporated into the ocean, such as the pearls, and the chains are there to kind of represent the fact that we do overfish, and it does hurt the ocean a little bit because a lot of our fishes have been depleted from the ocean, but that's another topic. But I just wanted to incorporate some of these textures and beautiful patterns you see in shells and all these things. I just wanted to kind of highlight the beauty in that. I also, speaking of my mood board, I like to make it feel like an artwork, and I like to make it feel very fluid and everything to be cohesive. So I did use a lot of opacity. I did change a lot of that, and the backgrounds also have been changed. So there's no plain white anywhere. So, and I also do not like to use other garments to show my work because, in my opinion, that'd be more like a market research. And so I keep a separate board for that. But I do use some examples so that it could be a visual aid of how it would look like on a garment. That's why I have this image over here in that corner right here. But I don't really like to use other garments because it makes me feel like I'm copying. I do like to show techniques. Like I have some techniques here and over there with this muslin pattern. It helps me to be more creative rather than to feel like I'm copying. So that's why there isn't a lot of like clothing of models wearing clothing in here. There's more like textures and ideas, and it's up to me to come up with the work that I want to do in my collection. I do have a little blurb down here that talks about, oh, whoops, I just moved it. That talks about the reason behind my collection. It's nothing fancy. It's just me talking about how the world's a beautiful place and we should really recognize that. And my name is on the bottom as well. And I thought that little blurb added a little bit more texture, and it made it feel like what I wanted to feel when you look at this mood board. Almost everything in my mood board here is incorporated. For example, this right here is my print, which we scanned in for the pattern. And over here, all the pearls I have on my collection and all these techniques are actually incorporated into my collection. And I have another pattern which I didn't use. That is not a print, it's a tweed texture, and I have that here. So these are actually the colors that my collection utilized. And I feel like putting this next to my collection would show a pretty good job of cohesiveness between my mood board and my collection. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna go now, and I'll see you guys next week.